In 3 minutes. What's your clock say? What's your clock say? Well, 7:30 is not working. It says 7:30 to 8:30. I didn't put the Eventbrite together. Dana did that, so that's all right. Actually, maybe Brian did it. I didn't do it. You got a 9 o'clock meeting? Well, it goes from 8 to 9. Yeah, just sit toward the back and be on. I will. You should walk out that door. Set off the alarm. All right. Awesome. Just amazing. I gotta get Cheney if we're gonna get started. Hey, Brian, that picture that we took That's the one I want right there. Please take a seat so we can begin. Ladies and gentlemen, social media breakfast, number 42. I almost had as many cases. Yeah, I'm not my 48 birthday, so I was actually going to look at it just to want to talk myself. Thank you very much. I need to join the group for the social media practice. Let me know you did any kind of the registration test, you all have Scott. We're always looking for volunteer questions. You staff members, Tampa, our two volunteers, one volunteer, and we got up this morning at 5 o'clock to get ourselves all pretty up. By the way, I didn't think that was a 2-pointer. This is what happened when you guys in the park. But this is Brian He's taking us started. He's very important, so he can step up and take a conference call by 5 p.m. in China. It's a pro maker, right? It's like 29 Oh, yeah. It's like, okay, so then we're going to think about this blockchain.
You want to introduce the person that you did?
Yeah, right. So this is typical, but you saw me flip it on Scott. Good morning, Brian Shane. Brian Shane on the Ferris. You first line. Thank you so much for putting this. Is one of my favorite events every year for the Christians because I've spoken at the Christians breakfast before, and one of my predictions didn't actually come true, but that's okay. One of my predictions was that LinkedIn would actually have a big challenger, someone to get them a run for their money. And this was my prediction for last year. I haven't happened yet. I went inside the last flag I did this year. My prediction is that LinkedIn you will soon be able to apply on LinkedIn for jobs at other companies. So I'm getting everybody this. So that's my prediction for this year. I think I'll announce it at their user conference in the fall. So you can quote me on that, but my factor is what's funny is on LinkedIn, speaking of LinkedIn, I got notified because LinkedIn has a lot of notifications about their anniversaries. And I put when I started at social media breakfast Austin. They said, congratulations, you started 3 years. It's been 3 year anniversary. Social media breakfast Austin. Wow, it's been 3 years. It was 3 years ago that Mr. Brian Person allowed me to provide social media breakfast Austin from his fingers. He started back in the Austin chapter in Oman, right? Oh yeah, he was right here. Started in 08. And it just got bigger and bigger. Now, social media breakfast is in over 50 cities internationally. So we're part of a big global family. So now that Brian is here, he's going to pay one of the applause. Predictions from last year. And by the way, who here is really who here is really struggling this morning? It's a little too early in the morning for that. Yeah, our first game went up was back there. So the award is the Social Sleepwalker Award. You got to stand up. What's your name? John? John, you get the Social Sleepwalker Award for the LIR. I'll just take a minute to spill from the predictions for 2015 in this context was being between my family in Boston as the blizzard was coming through. And it was particularly nice afternoon on Tuesday, so I was a little bit obnoxious. But my prediction last year I was talking about the growth of messaging apps. What was that breakfast last year? Prediction breakfast, right? So a couple of predictions that I'll highlight. And they was that Google, Facebook, or Microsoft will acquire one of the major messaging apps like WhatsApp, and 3 weeks later, Facebook bought WhatsApp for $19, $20 billion. So that will be good. Another one was just that messaging has to continue to take revenue away from traditional phone carriers. And just for some stats the other day that WhatsApp alone has 700 million monthly active users. How can you use WhatsApp here in the US? Not quite as proliferating or because text messaging is still relatively cheap, but that's different in many other countries around the world. So anyway, that is continuing to happen. WhatsApp alone processes takes in 30 million mobile messages per day, or messages per day, and the traditional carriers are 20 million per day. So WhatsApp is so fast. So and just generally talking, how do predictions to focus on how this will continue to grow. We'll be more at the enterprise, but like email messaging, that's I don't know if it's a sign of that, but nothing, nothing really taken off there. So anyway, those are our predictions for 2014, and I'm looking forward to predictions for 2015. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Ryan. So now we've got the first prediction review out of the way. We'll be doing a review on our blog after reading the last week's prediction. But before I go any further, what I'd really like to do is to give huge round of applause to St. Edward's, who has donated their space for this local event. So please hand it. Talk a little bit about your internship program and ask Ray Rogers. And please welcome Ray.
Right, I just want to take a few minutes without too many shameless plugs and talk a little bit about what I've asked to share a little bit about how we recruit and bring recruiters on campus for all, specifically for our internship program. Organizations might be looking for internships or to hire some of our great talent. We're so proud of our 5,000 students and great leaders they have and great things, and I love every time I hear them say they are so happy to be at St. Edward's and recruit. So since you all are here, I asked if I could just have a few minutes to talk a little bit about that. There may or may not be a slide coming up behind me that has the information how to do this. I think I'll have you in a second. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about how, if you were interested in recruiting volunteers, that this came through an internship, just how that happens. And the process we try to make it so easy. So I do have a Twitter handle, it's RCRogersTX. If you would like to join me, we also have one for these careers. But what I'll do is just tell you a little bit about how that works. Basically, if you've got an idea and have an internship opportunity you want to provide, we're really excited to partner with you. When we talk about internships, we're talking about an experience where a student from any of our majors in our area might be interested in providing support and help, but also learning from you. We extend the boundary of our educational institutions to your very own organization so that you can be part of that. We want our students to come and learn from you, from the experts in the field. And so the internship program is set up really to be a teaching tool for them. Yes, you're going to get some benefit from them because you'll see how great our students are, but you will also be able to be part of that teaching model that we have here at St. Edward's. So if you have an idea for that, we will walk you through it, but if you want to do it on your own, you can certainly do that too. Our one and only place for you to go to is our Sealable Employer Landing page. Denver.edu employers. And that's right up here behind me. I've also got some handouts with this information on it that we'll hand out here to give you that. So all you really need to do is really ask you to go there, set up your own account which you can manage for free. It's easy to do. You can post jobs, internships, part-time jobs, whatever it is. We'll look through that. And oftentimes with internships, because many of them will carry academic credit, they carry a little bit higher degree of needs to be vetted people do. So we'll devote it, and oftentimes we'll have to get back in touch with you to ask some questions about a few things before we go ahead and send it out. But we'll go ahead and do that. And then the students will apply. We appreciate it, and you tell us whether or not they have received the internship, and tell us all the good stuff about them as well. And then you can find that there. If you'd like us to walk you through that a little bit more, and you're like, here's an idea I have, here's a question I've got. I want you to go ahead and call us too, and our phone number is up there as well as our site. And talk to either Sally Perez, who's our main internship person in the office. I also want to introduce you to our main employer relations person, Drew Harper. I'm going to stand up right back here. And he's a company, so he's our main employer relations person. Emily Salazar is right next to him, and she's our student expert, who I would say. She needs to call one of our career advisors in the office and needs to call our students about that. So what we really want to say is if you've got some ideas for talent that you're looking to recruit, specifically internships, or absolutely, we love the full-time positions too, go to our employer page, stateedwards.edu/employers, and follow up with that. If you have questions about that, talk to either Emily, Andrew, or myself before you leave. We've got some great handout here to have a little more information for you on it also.
Nice. And we did just tweet out not only your handle, but the SCU careers handle. Make sure you're looking at questions. Make sure you're looking at the SMBAustin and using the SMBAustin hashtag. So SMBAustin all together, not just the handle, but the hashtag as well.
Thanks.
So thank you so much. Again, thank you for the space. So, there's so many different things that we've been part of as a result of conducting social media marketing solutions. And the two people who aren't here, one because she's getting ready to hop on a plane, the other one because she's sick. The plane is Dana Rufo, who's PR101 on Twitter. Has been a fantastic part of the board. Katrina Matt. The person who I think coined the phrase angry, hashtag angry. So she's actually sick, so give her some knowledge. And her handle is at SMBAustin. And I would like to say that thanks for being here. Joey, of course, for being here. They don't know how to do this, but the one thing that I think is really important to say is that we are a volunteer organization. And I think now is a good time to do a couple things. Number one, ask the volunteers. The producer was very kind enough to reply and say he was ready to volunteer this morning. We were covered and we're good, but he's connecting with him to be a future volunteer. Thank you so much for both Sherry's, who are sitting right in the middle, for working at the table. They got here early this morning and realized they were going to be volunteers. And but I would like to say, not only do we volunteers, but we're going to open up a spot on social media at Breakfast Austin 4. So if you're interested in playing a part, and playing a part is not just showing up all of us a big part, but meeting with the leadership, talking about content, talking about how we can really drive the learning and development of the Austin community on social media. So if you're interested in a social media breakfast board spot for Austin, please send us a message, and the email address is austinsmb@gmail.com. austinsmb@gmail.com if you're interested. So with that, I pass the torch over to Joey McGurr, who's going to continue on with the rest of the introductions and the predictions. Thanks, Joey.
All right, guys, you ready to get some predictions? You told us that you would slide for SEO predictions, so without any further ado, I'm going to invite Scott True to come up. Scott's kind of a soft-spoken guy, so he's going to use the microphone, but if any of the speakers don't want to use it, Mark, can you hear me okay in the back? So we're going to probably go with some of the microphones, but you might want to use it. All right. This on? Yeah, that's on. I'll get you fired up. Why don't you go and introduce yourself?
I'm Scott True. I'm an income marketer. Been doing this for about 6 years or so. Here's me, career handle at Scott_True. So I'm going to be talking about SEO. I'll start off from social media, I like it, and I'm adding some context in because it's important to kind of understand what has happened. So that's what I got to move kind of fast because I know this is kind of a real short presentation. So when I first got invited, my first reaction was, man, that's really tough to predict the future. And I started looking at all the predictions by the experts, and what I saw is that, the predictions were kind of all over the place. And it made me feel a little bit better. It's not easy to predict, but one thing that's easy to predict is what the best practices are going to be, because those have changed very well when it comes to the core of SEO. And that's basically at the very basic level. That's SEO. This changes very well over time, no matter how much the algorithms change. Most important thing is creating content that people will like and share. So I wanted to start off, this was my very first blog post, actually. When I first started learning about Google, I was reading about Stephen Howard markup, and I was reading about how search engines were using it to basically build a database of tasks, entities, people, places, and things, and then tasks and things that connect them together. And I can kind of see where that was going. And I predicted that Google was going to become this librarian in this movie. This guy travels thousands of years into the future, goes into a library. This is the librarian, which is not library. But he knows everything. He uses the accumulation of all human knowledge and stay to it as if it was human. So as he advances, this is all what we get. This is always a question that comes up. You're less going to die. The answer is no, you won't die. So the whole mission is to organize people's information, make it universally acceptable and useful. So basically, as long as there are search engines trying to find out the best result, there's always going to be people that are trying to be the best result. And that's basically SEO. When you do the technical stuff, where the search engines can discover a caller site, that's technical SEO. So I want to move really fast through the past, just to get a little bit of context. So at the beginning, it was basically keyword density. That was it. I believe the intent, even way back then, was the same. Which is serving up the most relevant result. Just having an goal. That's the only way they can do it back then. And then Google came out with the ring, which changed everything for search engines. And so to this day, it is the strongest SEO signal. And then universal search, categorization, personalized search, now search engines looking at where you are, what device you're using, your search history. And then knowledge graph started being going forward. And knowledge graph is this database of entities and tasks. And you guys may have heard about these, and so then they do with not giving as much credit to low quality insights. And then Penguin came out shortly after 1 year later. And this had to do with intelligence insights for a number of finding systems. This was really an important shift because prior to this, you didn't really get that. If you got trying to game the system, it was treated as a control. So this was a major shift. And Hummingbird was embracing complete algorithm rewriting. And one of the things that they improved on was conversational search. So here's where we are today. The novel has been built enough, and conversational search has been improved enough where now you can speak to Google. You can use Chrome for a Google app. You can just say with Google and start asking questions. And you can have a conversation, and when you continue the conversation, you don't have to refer to the original topic. It remembers what you're talking about. So it's pretty amazing what you can do. So the novel graph is is built by primarily resources, CIA, the freebase, that's what that orange tab is. Freebase was acquired by Google some years ago. This year, they're going to make an account. So we call it as a wiki data, which is part of the key. This last page represents the call. So I have actually been talking about Google level for a couple of months now. But I realized I was not totally correct because what happened was the famous paper was written about machine learning, and people started talking about Google was doing this and they're talking about call. Well, Google just basically responded and said, no, there is nothing that is called for us. And there's a paper about it. There's nothing Google that's called that. But it did make it clear that they are trying to repress machine learning. So all that things is what we do. You've been manipulating stuff, you've been creating great stuff, you're doing it. Create something worth sharing, and I like your technology with it. The basics are really important, like what I showed on that slide earlier. I mean, SEO goes way beyond that. But it really is basics. I mean, as long as you're creating something that people like. So that's it. That's what's important today. It's the same thing. My prediction for tomorrow, I don't know if it's going to happen, but I think Google will get closer and closer to this. Okay, so we'll look at my accumulation of predictions that I have with my own engineer. So Bruce Blake says that mobile results is actually more important than any other technical issue. That might be a little bit extreme, but recently Google has been sending warnings to people for Google Web Apps tools about their expected not being mobile friendly. In the past, you see these warnings in web app tools. So sometimes that's an indication that an algorithm is going to happen. So that could be an SEO signal. So typical backend SEO, manipulating your page SEO or getting involved in the scene is working less and less. So as an alternative, I should be using more SEO, negative SEO, which is a family of competitors. So we can see more of that. SEO in 2015 will depend on long-term strategies and audience engagement. I thought it was important to say, and I saw a lot of predictions like this where it's not really a prediction because we've been doing this already for some time. But it's important to say, and it's going to keep progressing in this direction. After this, because after they laugh when I read it, Google recently said that they're going to give a slight range boost to an HTTPS. But I didn't do it. I didn't know how nice they were because it's so slight. It's not worth the hassle. But it's pretty rare that people just straight out says it's a ranking signal, and people are making this move, and some of the bigger sites have actually seen the opposite, where they're actually wrong. So technology will deliver information with amazing accuracy and relevancy before we need it. This is going to happen more and more. It's already happening with Google now, Google Cards. So if you use Google a lot, and you're logged in, and you have your app, and you just pour your cards up on your Google apps, it's already predicting what you're going to want to do, or what you're going to want to search for, and it works really well. It's pretty cool. SEO will be technical, focus on technical, while content marketing will drive search rankings. Again, this is one of those things that's important to say. To me, it's not really new. SEO has always been technical, but it's always been aggregated stuff that drives for actual rankings. Google will continue the trend of providing answers and search results with more interactive tools. So, in other words, we're going to be seeing more and more developed results. Okay. All right. So these are my conditions. It's going to be more difficult to gain system of content. which, you know, a few years ago, it was really easy to do that. So in other words, it's going to be good. And when it is good, it's not going to matter how much words you have. Basic SEO will become easier. This is what I'm referring to. If you actually like this for the rankings, the algorithms are getting good enough to recognize the signals that people have there. So again, name, earn rankings will be easier. It's absolutely part of it. That's just, you know, how you set that time or whatever it is you're targeting. Social media signals will begin to influence rankings almost better. I know this because, you know, Google has said many times that they're trying to figure this out. Now, a lot of people think that it's already happening because there are always correlation studies that show, you know, this has that rank also get shares. Those are just correlations, so it doesn't suggest we can cause together. But they have said that they are trying to figure this out. It's not simple. I think they probably made enough progress that we're going to start seeing this as an algorithm ranking signal. Author ranks will be a part of the algorithm. So those of you that know a little bit about SEO know that Google authorship program did, but I don't believe that what they were trying to accomplish with it has not been made. So the authorship program actually has low adoption rates, and other people were using it. What we saw is that Google was trying to figure out who the authors were on content that didn't use the markup. So I'm thinking a lot of experts are doing very similar things. And they're just not relying on the markup anymore. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to bring content based on the rate. Okay. So, I think this was going to be about my time. There's a lot of predictions that everything's okay with that. How we're going to stop somewhere. So that's it.
We're going to do a more fleshed out version of this at your SEO meetup. Quickly give them the details on how to find it. This is a very dense topic. You can't cover it in 10 minutes.
So my meetup is Austin SEO. We meet once a month. Sometimes we do big things, sometimes it's just a small work in a coffee shop. But next month we're talking about this. I just have to stay on this trend. And I'm probably going to share the same slides, but then I'm going to go into more detail. And so will the other SEOs in the group. They won't just be me. So we're going to kind of dive into it. You can find it just look up Austin SEO.
Yep, and you'll find Scott on the SEO organizer. Good job, Scott. Before I introduce our next speaker, there is actually, not joking, a video to be found. It's a black and John Martin Clark. That's our third speaker. Very back. And if you don't, you can ride your car later. So, ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker is going to talk about content. If you've done any research on the predictions that started coming out in December and early January about social media in 2015, you'll know that content is a big one. I read a report from 25 of the biggest things in social media, and about half of them focus specifically on content. So, here to talk to us about that today, Mr. Ben Lovely.
Thanks. Before I get into my predictions on content marketing, I just wanted to provide a little bit of background on content marketing, kind of trying to define it. Because there's still a lot of confusion today about exactly what it is. So, many people think it's blogging, or maybe a lot of people think, and there's still a lot of people that criticize it for being, crummy viral content by like BuzzFeed, etc. Just to try and get as many likes and shares as possible. People think that content marketing is just the use of really rich media to enhance advertisements. These are like advertisements on steroids to post on YouTube, etc. That a lot of companies doing these days. I guess the best way to define it is if I talk about my experience when I discovered content marketing. I was a young
person just fresh into the workplace living in Los Angeles, working in the ocean shipping industry, and I went to an importing company. And I went to a presentation about how they import. It was a little 2-hour class at the local bank in Long Beach, California. And they gave a lot of really useful information about importing. And so after the class, I went up to the guy who gave the class and said, why is he giving this away for free? This is great stuff. Why is this bank doing this? And you guys said, well, our thinking is that if we teach people how to be better importers, how to set up an import business, then they're going to come to us and open the letters of credit to finance their importing operations. So fast forward to 2009, I discovered a blog called Cotton Water, and I discovered a series called Copyright 101, a fantastic series all about how to use copyright techniques in your blogging. And I thought, wow, this stuff is really good content. What's the cash? They're going to ask me for a credit card in that, right? There's I had this whole feeling about, how are they giving this stuff away for free? And so those two experiences, to me, I suddenly found out there was a term for it called content marketing. And that's really what content marketing is for me. I think my definition of it is giving away really valuable content that's relevant to your target audience, whether it is directly selling your product at that particular time or not, and producing that content on a regular basis, right? One publication, media company, which goes into my first prediction. The number one prediction I think is companies are really going to start taking content seriously as a way of becoming the media. There's a book out there called Brand Next Media called by Michael Reeser, which kind of describes the process companies are going to take. I think companies are going to really take that far. They're going to stop doing these one-off content marketing efforts, these campaigns, and they're going to start taking content seriously as a real media type approach. So, for example, just like Huffington Post and Forbes.com, they have a network of volunteer bloggers all over the country who contribute their content on a regular basis. How many times they post hundreds, 100, 200 articles get published on those sites every day. You're going to start seeing companies who are recruiting their own employees as contributors to their content marketing efforts. Right? So that's one of the things that Joe Lee's Content Marketing Institute said. They're opening podcast, the predictions podcast for 2015, that companies are going to start recruiting their employees as content producers. They're going to, engineering people, product marketing people, they're going to start to work with the content people to get that content that they can share on a regular basis and attract an audience to the company's media properties. You're seeing the people who are the pioneers in this space, Red Bull Media, Crafts.com, you see that it's just all about articles and helpful stuff. Even Homemade Simple by Procter & Gamble, which is just really a portal for recipes and do-it-yourself stuff. All right, my next prediction for content marketing is really that companies are also going to start really taking the cascade series, the content cascade. Has anyone heard about Brian Massey's content cascade? Okay, yeah. So Brian Massey talks about how companies can really make their content marketing a lot easier if they, for example, a lot of B2B companies, they do webinars on a monthly basis, maybe a quarterly basis. Well, instead of just going to a webinar and training people to come to the webinar and then advertise, people are going to start recording the webinars, and not just recording the webinars, putting this on the slide share, figuring out how to go to the webinars, getting them transcribed, turning them into ebooks, blog posts, infographics, etc. That's one type of content cascade. We're also starting to see companies, for example, Gary Vaynerchuk is really good at this, who he just launched, it was I think in June or July of 2014, the Ask Gary Vee show, and he does the video, but he also transfer the audio of that into a podcast. So he's repurposing the content. People who are sitting at their desks at work, trying to watch some video, they want to just listen to it on the way home, they're doing a podcast, So you're going to start to see companies really repurposing their content to be consumed where their customers are. And I was talking to Scott about this earlier, and the way people like to consume content. Right? So really starting to use their content with the same themes and spread it throughout their channels in different formats. Which also leads me to my next prediction. I think you're going to start seeing B2B companies finally getting B2C commercial social media channels and distribution. I think you're going to start seeing more B2B companies using Facebook, especially now with Facebook dark posts, the ability to promote content as if it's very similar to what a lot of other companies are using with native content. You're going to start seeing companies using things like Instagram, Pinterest, etc. So why would a B2B company want to do that? Well, this is another thing that Harry Beats recently been watching a lot of this stuff. He said, B2B companies especially have been marketing for 5 years. Instead of marketing where they are right now. So marketing for where people, their audience are right now. So even if you're a CEO of a company and you're trying to reach a CEO will be on Facebook on a weekend or in the evening every now and then and see what's going on. Right? So I want to consume pithy content. I want to consume content that's entertaining, and even if it's put out by a huge company. Okay. Let me see what my next prediction is. So content glut has become a thing. Mark Schaefer, this is what I wrote an article last year, beginning of 2014, talked about content shock. There's so much content out there. There's content saturation. We've got some format we use a lot of to determine the content saturation index. So what are people doing to be able to get through the noise to be able to actually be seen through that lot of content that everyone's drowning in? And so this year, content promotion is really going to be a big thing, especially the use of earned media to promote your content. So, using press PR tactics instead of using press releases and relations with the press to promote your brand and to promote new products. Content marketers are going to be using that to give journalists and reporters early access or sneak peeks, pieces of a home run type of content. Home run content is just like a premium piece of maybe like an ebook or even a book. If a brand is publishing a book that has new research or new information, etc. So really making more of an effort to promote content. And to get it seen by a relevant audience, as opposed to just spending all the time blogging, producing a lot of high-quality content that nobody gets to see. Okay, so what is my next? I've only got one more prediction. And then I think that I have actually a few more, but I think one of the big things is that personalization. This is all going with the content shop. Personalization. I think it's a good money to take personalization seriously. I used to work for the United Corporation, which was absorbed by Open Text. But it had one of the big Austin startup successes in the late 90s, and they had a really good IPO in 2000. And we were talking about personalization. I couldn't begin to learn a really good personalization tool, but all the companies that were really looking for that were very big Fortune 500 companies. And everyone's been talking about personalization for years and years and years now, but I think that in order to be able to pass through that content to be relevant, companies are really going to finally start taking personalization seriously, especially with the barrage of new content marketing tools out there, software apps that enable this at a low cost. That's it.
Good job. Before you stick in, so before we go, talking about using content, especially touching on a lot of things to talk about, we're actually good 2 computers set up here. We're streaming this over Google Hangout on air. So if anybody wants to go to Social Media Breakfast, Google Plus page is a good way to go there. But if you wanted to inadvertently stumble upon it and share that link, that would be great. But the best part about that is instantly, as soon as we're done here and I stop the video from
Well,
recording.
you're cascading this?
I am. It's going to become a YouTube video that you guys can then come back. You get the names of the presenters. You can re-listen to their information. Where can we find out more, plus the predictions that you didn't get a chance to share? Where can we find this stuff?
Well, I'm not actually on one of them. Contentpropulsion.com. Oh, there you go.
Thank you, Fernando.
All right, thank you.
All right, well, I get set up for our next presenter. I'm going to ask her to scroll on up here. Is this you? No, that's Heather. Where are you at? Is that you? Is that you? Yeah. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Katie Cook. You're welcome. Okay.
Okay, I think I can hear me. I can use my high school theater projecting voice. Hopefully, you can hear me now. I didn't record that. We did. Okay. All right. Well, I want to start off just really quickly talking about what organization I work for, because most people don't even know that we exist. I work for the Austin Convention and Visitor Bureau, which is a very wordy title, or Austin PVP. On social media, we're known as Visit Austin, Texas. But we are a not-for-profit contracted with the city to market Austin for visitors, bring in the meetings here, et cetera, et cetera. Every city has one. We are the ones for Austin. I just want to touch on that, so what the heck we are. All right, I'm just going to touch on 3 predictions, including personalization, Fernando, and go with that as well. All right, video. Real specifically, Facebook video. So, we're seeing an increasingly shift of content, visual content on Facebook, especially with video. I don't know if you guys are the same as me. I just want to look at my Facebook news feed, video, and it's like it's taking over. And it's an interesting thing that I found here regarding the fact that for the first time ever, Facebook page owners uploaded more videos directly to Facebook than sharing YouTube videos. Obviously, there's reasons for that. Videos play automatically on Facebook, and YouTube videos hit play. But since June, there's actually been an average of more than 1 billion video views on Facebook every day. To me, that's insane. I know they play automatically sometimes, but that's still a really huge number. So my prediction is that brands, including travel and tourism, obviously, because we're all about the aspirational side of planning your trip, are going to be creating shorter, more engaging videos, specifically with Facebook in mind, but obviously not ignoring YouTube because it is living forever and they're amazing for search. But I really feel like the brands are really going to be thinking about strategies for video, specifically for Facebook, and knowing their audience there. All right, customer service. In a lot of ways, this is kind of obvious, but I think that we could be doing more of it. I heard it after that, was weird. More companies are turning to Twitter specifically for customer service. Not surprising, given that over 50% of Twitter users engage with brands on Twitter, and the same number believes that's the best place to engage with a brand is Twitter. So I just wanted to show you a few examples of what we're doing. As you can see there is our Twitter bio that we specifically are saying that we want to answer questions for visitors that have questions on Austin. We actually have established a hashtag called True Austin, and we have engaged some local bloggers to help us answer visitor questions. So we have Greg Ackerman, from a lot of you guys know, specifically answering live user questions on Austin. We have a food blogger, we have a family blogger, and then we are directing visitors on social media and through email that have specific questions to these bloggers. And that to us is a really key importance of customer service. We've actually won some awards and gotten some recognition out of it. You can see there's a tweet where we're specifically asking people coming in for the Formula One race if they have questions. But even on the meeting side, we actually researched the meeting and conventions hashtags that they were using, hoping to reach those convention attendees and perhaps know that we're a resource here. So I really feel like brands are going to put more resources to customer service for social media and more staff, making their Twitter logo just as easy to find as our 800 number. I feel like travel and tourism is still a little behind on that. Some of the bigger brands, some of the airlines are obviously doing a pretty good job. Of course, airlines will do a better job with customer service. Terry with the four seasons Austin is here, and I think they do a pretty good job on answering questions through social media. So I just feel like that's going to be improved, and I hope it's going to improve it. Okay, personalization. I'm glad Brian's back in here because this deals with IBM. Personalization is been around a while. We're seeing the big data, out there, customizing content so that if you are looking at a website in a certain place, it's going to show you a different content based on if you were in the city. It's looking at your browsing behavior, basically showing you different stuff on the site that based on what website you've gone to before. When that kind of stuff is existing, it's big improvement. On social media, obviously, retargeting ads on Facebook, etc. Those things I feel like are getting there, and it's been going on a while. But I feel like personalization is going to get even more specific and niche. So we actually are working. Oh yeah, I want to touch on Disney. Disney's been doing a good job with personalization and making that experience really custom. I just happen to show this example because we just booked a trip to Disney with my family. We're all very excited. About 10 days later, I got a really cool package in the mail, very cleverly packaged. And in that was a very, obviously our names on it, Cook family part of vacation. There's a little USB stick that has this Mickey Mouse face on it. Plug it into your computer and it loads a video that's very customized to you. It's pretty clever. Disney's smart. We should all watch Disney here. But we are working with a local startup called Wavebreaker. They are using IBM Watson. Who knows IBM Watson? Beats Jeopardy? Yes. They are trying to bring IBM Watson to more than the medical community, which they've been using it for, and actually bringing it to more verticals. And this one, Wavebreaker specifically is focusing on travel. Like I said, they're based here. We're their very first customer, but they're also now starting to work with hotels, including the Marriott brand, and they're going after some other tourism organizations and some other content publishers. But pretty much, I could speak an hour on this tool. But just quickly, I just want to talk about the fact that they are a discovery system, giving contextual, personalized guidance and insights using IBM Watson. This is just a screenshot of, it is actually a beta version of live on our website, austintexas.org, if you want to play around with it. I feel like this is definitely the future of travel planning. But if you can see here, it uses natural language search. So when I type in where should I take my kids, what Watson does is it doesn't just pull out key phrases like in Google, it's answering the question as a human would. So it's taking that entire question and applying it. And then you see here, these are some of the results that come back for Austin things. There's a lot more below that. And then what I wanted to really show you is this persona. So I've obviously played around with this tool a lot. I mean, I'm the one behind this project at our company. So if you see there on the top right, I've liked 27 different experiences. And because of that, it's then going to serve me content based on what I've clicked on. So that is truly the persona personalization in the trip planning process. And like I said, I could talk an hour on that, but I'm not. But if you see here, there's some different buckets there. Adventure traveler, budget traveler, family, and that's just based on things that I've liked, and it's giving me a percentage. And so I'll just say, my interaction with this changes what I see as I'm using the tool.
Excellent.
Yes. That is it. Really
Yeah, before you go, so you all need to get to know Katie. She's amazing. Every once in a while, she puts on events where you go do like a screen photo. She's an amazing hostess. She's a great person to get to know. So if you don't know her, get to know her. And if you got travel, especially if people are coming to town, you want to know.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. We're moving on quickly. We got 2 more to go, so we're halfway there. I'm going to invite Aaron to come up, so he can introduce himself and get the show on the road. Everybody give it up for him. Good. And good. It's going to go fast.
2 minutes. Hey everyone, I'm Aaron Rector. I'm the Director of Social Recruiting at SAP. My spot was, I was asked to get this. It's a pretty big question. What is I work in recruiting. And so what I thought was thinking about my first thing at SAP a few years ago. SAP, for those of you who don't know, it's a really big company, 74,000 employees. over 130 countries and 120 nationalities. And part of my job is to tell the employer brand, right? Who are we as a company? Where do you come work for us? And that's a really difficult question to answer sometimes. When you have such a diverse work culture, so many different office locations, right? Working in Palo Alto, you're just working in Bangalore, India, or in South Africa. So when I look at it, I realized that you have to focus on what is the story that you're going to tell, and how are you going to tell it, and where do you start? So with social media, in terms of recruiting, I looked on Wikipedia, and I'm not sure how I did this, but it's, when I looked, there's 211 global social media sites. Most of those, there's a lot of regional, country, language, social sites. So, we primarily talk about the top 5, 6, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube. But there are so many different options. So, with that, there is no magic bullet in social media marketing. And what works for you may not work for you. Working for a big global corporation will look very different than working for a startup and how you approach your recruiting using social media. So the first thing that we really decided at SMB is we created a global employer channel called Health and Safety. Where we focused on employee-focused content, right? In recruiting, you would maybe think that the end result, right, what is your purpose, is to bring candidates in, and you want to find quality candidates to hire. We kind of looked at it from a different angle, and you've heard our speakers, content is everything, right? And so what we decided is, if we can focus our content on our employees, on our employee stories, then we create employee ambassadors, people who are engaged on social media with our company. Because, no matter what, we probably all follow multiple companies on social media, on Facebook, but how often do you go to look at those pages? Even us in the industry, probably not very often unless you're doing research or whatever. So, by doing this, having employees who are engaged in social media sharing is a vital part of getting good content and jobs to candidates. So we want to create content that our employees are excited about sharing. So we do a lot of big work where we go and talk to employees everywhere from entry-level interns to managers, hiring managers, all the way to VPs and even our CEO. When we talk about what it's like to work in their office, in their job, in their office, right? So it's going to be different, like I said, for every location. So really focusing on individual employees, on their stories, and what we're trying to do. If you create content for your employees are way more likely to share, like I said, right? If you're a service project that they work on, right, with the things and things like that, and you provide content and they're like, hey, I was a part of that. You even interview with it, they're going to share it with their social networks. The next thing you need to do is make it easy for your employees to share. Just because you have that content on your channel doesn't actually mean that they're going to come see it, right? You have to help and send them. So we do email blasts to people who want to come and sign up, and we send out weekly content. They can fill up Twitter, if they schedule on Twitter posts. They can see what we're posting on Facebook. We also have Jam Groups, which is an internal social network that we use at SAP. And so really just making sure internally that people know what's going on. Another thing that is important to do, we're working on now, is creating incentive programs more engagement. We have a really cool tool that I'm going to talk about in a second. That's sharing jobs. It's an automated job sharing tool by Work Labs. And so what we can do is you can actually track who employees, whether it's recruiters and home employees, share jobs, share content. And you can reward them, whether it's gift cards or certificate of recognition. That is those employees and then the last part of the content is the key factor for us. is in almost all our content, we bring it back home to our jobs, right? So if we are posting about the employee profile who is an engineer in India, and where we want them to share that show day in life. At the end of all our posts, we tag that, hey, here's if you're interested in working at SAP, you want to find out more about jobs like this, here's what you can do. And go here. So here's examples of some content we posted. And this is actually employee generated content from Instagram. We use a like SAP hashtag. We have a lot of employees who will post their own photos on Instagram and tag like SAP, and then we go and reshare it. So it's actually another way to get the content stream coming. If you see, this is a cool, if you can't read, let me just cut out one. It says run in the cloud. And so they post it on Instagram, tag us, and we reshare it. And you can see the very last part. Are you ready to start an exciting career at SAP? You can go straight from there into jobs. And once they're in our system, we can actually try. So that brings me to the next point, social job sharing. This was what I was talking about before. So this is a tool that you can that we use for our employees and recruiters to share jobs automatically. It shares to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And we see you can customize job cards, these little images, and you can customize the types of job you're sharing and the location you're sharing. So like I share on Facebook my social network only once a week, right? My mom doesn't care to see jobs every couple hours. And so I also link those to jobs that are either virtual jobs where people they like, share that I have, maybe interested, or jobs in Texas. This is a little bit of data that we have the last, how many jobs we have 67 people right now in the program who are sharing jobs. And you see since the last few months, in September, we've had 28,865 total job views, shares, and 3,500 job applying rates. So it's a great way that you're getting your jobs out there. This is really the next key point. If you can't prove how your social media is working, if you can't bring it back to data, then you're we're past the point of showing just likes, retweets, and comments. You need to be looking at your analytics. Where are you driving traffic to? How are you tracking once they're in your system? The last point I want to talk about is something that's kind of dear to me. I think we hear so much about what all is going on, right? There's so many different social networks. ABN is meaning that one of the big key things we're trying to do is defining what is essential for your team, what is essential for what you're working on. Essential is, by definition, absolutely necessary. So there's one that I would highly recommend for essentialism, discipline, for less by the challenge. Essentialism it's not about how to get more things done, it's not how to get the right things done. It doesn't mean just doing less for the sake of less either. It's about making the wisest possible investment of your time and energy in order to operate at our highest point of operations by doing more with essential. So what does this mean for you? It means looking at if I on this social network, I'm on Pinterest just because I've been told to rank the amount. If you don't have a strategy, if you don't really set goals for it, then maybe you should move again. Don't rush into a new social network because it's hot. This is something people say, hey, this is the new thing. I saw that stuff, but I want to lead into there and start trying to be innovative, right? Well, here, what's innovative, what's around. I would say don't worry about that. See what the market does. It's okay to wait today. Apple's true that, right? If you don't have to be a person, you need to see, really explore that sort of network, kind of figure out what it is first. And then create a content pipeline and process before moving on. Really focus on quality, right? Like I said, there's content people are just not interested in just content every day. You need 3 to 5 posts a day of mediocre content. Focus on creating quality content, creating a pipeline process that you can set that in place and then move on. The last new patient strategy. I think a lot of us can probably attest that you get in there and it's sort of and you're like, well, we're not growing fast enough, or we're not going to get well, we have to change something. This is going to pay, right? We're going to pay Facebook, we're going to test what's going on. New patient, right? And these will happen overnight. It's not going to be something that just is a miracle, right? You just have to keep doing the right things and you'll grow. That's it.
All right, everybody, get up for here. All right, so we're going to move right along. Next up is Tree Man. He's going to come up and introduce himself. Are you guys enjoying this? You guys getting something out of this? Right. I make sure all, better for me because I did do that before you. But maybe I did. Everybody, Tree Man, give it up for him. This is the presentation that he put together right when he got here, so it's going to be fantastic.
My name is Hugh Manning. I'm the CEO of SMBAustin. SMBAustin is a mobile app development company here in Austin, Texas. One of the things that I'm actually really liking about this talk this morning is the fact that each presenter is sort of bringing in what their specific industries are seeing regarding social media. Right? We have some people talking about content, and here talking about the travel situation, new technology, working with here in Austin. So since we make mobile software, what's our stuff? Well, it's going to be what people come to us with regarding what they want to make. What social media trends are we seeing? People going like, you know what? I want to tap into this because I think this is the next big thing. So what they're making, all right? So the first thing I'm seeing, I've heard this a few times, and again, I'm looking to stay away from being specific because of NDAs and products coming out and things like that. But one of the big things is direct sales channel. Now, this is not me putting an ad on Twitter. This is not me Facebook ads and things like that. What this is creating a sub-brand or a directly branded application that is social media related. That gets an actual person to engage with their brand. So you're talking about a Twitter type of phone or an Pinterest type of application that's specific to a brand. So if you imagine a Gap says, hey, we want people sharing Gap clothes all the time. We want to get discounts because they're wearing Gap clothes. We want to make a whole brand where people just use that. So we're going to either create a Gap application that people use on their phone, or we're going to create a whole different brand called YouTube. And that's going to be the application they use. And they don't even know they're promoting the Gap. It's just going to be, man, we love these products, we love sharing what we're wearing, that sort of thing. And this is how this works. We're seeing this come around a lot. Jackson's kind of this now, except that's a direct sales channel. I like that trend personally, and they're going to close. But they look to share their stuff. And you see an application called Fancy, that's what the market as well. So it's for other vendors, not necessarily themselves. User relevancy. I've heard this so much over the last year. It's not about proximity so much anymore. We'll talk about that in a minute. People do still care about how close we are to someone. But really it's coming about, is the content and are the connections I'm making actually relevant to me as a human being? So again, networks built around the user's interests, regardless of any pre-booked friendship or proximity. So if I love movies, you're going to have a whole social network built around the fact that I love movies. If I want to eat, it's a whole social network built around that. And it's really about showing me content and other people who are saying, this is what I love the most, because that matters, right? It doesn't matter for my friend, really, because if we don't have the same taste, what does that matter? I don't care if you want me to see a movie, if you love Steven Seagal, and I hate Steven Seagal. I don't care if I grew up with you, it doesn't matter. And so it's really about finding what works for me as a person and giving me that sort of content. Old methods and new channels, okay? So taking tried and true stuff that we've seen happen a lot. This is the thing when you come to networking applications for businesses. So people are always trying to find new ways in which they can engage. So you go, man, I really need to find a network connection. I need to find a business partner. I need to find a new investor for my company. I need to find someone to network with. Well, right now we're using LinkedIn, which is pretty slow. Nothing against LinkedIn, but it's Facebook for business. I see you on my LinkedIn feed that has no relevance to me, that has nothing to do with my business. It's people sharing articles and showing what their kids did,
business guys that are going out of business. So we're talking about here saying there are things that we do in dating applications, right? Again, go back to interest, going back to relevance. What kind of stuff am I looking for? What sort of people do I like? How do I like to meet someone? Maybe I like having coffee. I don't want to have to go to the network mixer. So it's using these things that really get our personal profile of me and finding a way to try it out in a different vertical. So in this case, it would be looking at business, but you can also apply that to other situations as well. Data control. And I've heard this come up a lot with Snapchat. Snapchat came out, everybody went, wow. So wait, I can delete my message. Nobody has to see this in perpetuity. And then you have Whisper come out. And you have Secret come out as well. So this big anonymity push is a really big role for a lot of people. What's particularly interesting, however, is we're finding people that want to merge anonymity with relevance. Right? Now think about that. It's a matter of knowing everything about me, but I want you to know that this is who I am. And I want to see these things kind of coming together a little bit. But not just necessarily allowing you to delete one or two messages, but allowing you to control your entire content stream. So if I have a stream, imagine to Facebook, I could go and remove every single time somebody shared one of my posts and wherever it was on the internet. We're seeing some of this stuff coming up where people want to have total data control, not just a one-on-one conversation, but a lot of other stuff. And we're trying to figure out the way that we do that for clients and actually make it work and still be usable and work the way they want to work. Geolocation is not going to go away because we all things still care about proximity. But one of the things we're seeing, and again, all trends and goals come from something that someone did, right? So somebody saw the first word about, man, wouldn't it be really cool if I had a chat with this person right now? So they created that, right? You had a really big last year. It's still big this year, but I think they raised $9 million at the end of last year, which is crazy. But it's taking something like a get and saying it's not just about general conversation, but again, you get format for. So again, I love movies, I love sports. So what we're going to get find people in your life love talking about human football. You pop open, you're chatting about who's scoring touchdowns, what's happening. And again, it's not just a proximity, it's proximity tied in together with relevance. So relevance is a really big deal. People want stuff that matters to them, not just necessarily people in your life. Media refinement. People have mentioned a little bit here about videos of Facebook, videos of YouTube, things like that. We're seeing this with Instagram at often video, but I think it was, I'm not sure who it was, they showed it, right? You saw an Instagram video, it's pretty well. And I thought that was one Instagram video. However, we worked on some software like Brandon, which is one of our apps, and it was sort of like Instagram. But the goal is sharing a photograph, how do we find that anyway? Because everybody does Instagram already. We have Instagram home. Everybody's sharing photographs. Every social network is about sharing a photograph or a video. So how do we actually make that content itself? So we're doing stuff with personalized video, personalized audio. We're going to have to do a little pocket software with voices. How do we personalize that maybe a little bit better, work in that channel. And we're seeing a lot of people wanting to find ways with the top current technology that people love, video, PPC, and continue to do things like chit-chat. How do I make my videos more relevant? So the big thing, relevance matters. That's what is going forward right now. When you're making content, make sure it's relevant. If you're going to build things for someone, make sure that you're saying, okay, does my audience care about this? And I'm finding a way to tackle this individual social media channel for that audience, making it something that matters. Don't just grab people in general. Know who your audience is. And make sure that it's relevant to what they're doing. Right?
I'll do a little help here right there, but you can go to rocksawstudios.com, you can go to Q&A, or you can go to @rocksawstudio. We don't have an Instagram or Twitter, because Twitter won't even say us. All right, excellent. Thank you, Kid. All right. Our final prediction, or predictor, prognosticator of the morning. Let's have a shot. Get up for it. I'm pulling up here. Influence, love it. And here's your sign. All right.
All right. Morning, y'all. Thanks for bearing with us as we switch gears here a little bit. So I'm Heather Stroud. I'm the director of product marketing at Olivia. I have a little bit of experience with influencers and the fact that associations nearly a year ago now. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what I feel like are the visions for 2015 for influencers. All right, so let's get some context first. What is an influencer? What does it mean to be an influencer? First, you need credibility, right? You need to have some sort of experience with the topic that you're talking about. Secondly, you need to have the data. It's great if you're an expert in something. So I'm maybe an expert in something, for example. But if I don't talk about it, if you don't have the time to talk about it, if you don't have the data to talk about it, I'm not relevant. Relevance. So I can be talking about you, and you're like, I love you. So lovely, I'm great at it, but I'm not doing good with the right audience. You can answer the final offer. Ready to go. You buy a car, 2 weeks later, I'm like, hey, you know what, that we can all do this awesome car. You're like, thanks, but who's that? Alignment. So I am talking about cars on E. My audience may not be using cars at all. I'm totally using my car. And confidence, lastly. So I can be a really big expert in something on top. Right? You're like, actually, wait, I don't think actually that probably the influence or you don't sound very confident or if you're an expert. That's so you need all of these things to really create that influence. This is actually information that we get from Dr. Liu, who is a scientist at Olivia. So not pulling it out of the air. So, talking about those 16 items here. So, if Mike Tyson, we all know Mike Tyson, right? Was on E in the middle of the afternoon talking about aerospace technology. Now, if Neil deGrasse Tyson was on PBS on Sunday night talking about astronomy, we would think that was actually useful, right? So, context is key, audience is key, content is key, and the influencer needs to actually have influence in that particular content. So, the bomb on and off is exploding. Not quite. I do think that saturated channels will force more people to use influencers to catch their audience. This is a great example. So, as I talk about this, I'm using some historical examples, but I do think that what we'll see is that these will continue to explode. So, Call of Duty had a new game coming out. There's something that's trying to do with contact some influencers, about 2,000 influencers they reached out to. With that, those influencers ended up getting 140 million impressions, 33.3 million people saw this video because of those particular influencers. So we'll see more of them. So because the social media is so saturated and you see billions of tweets, millions of Facebook posts, Instagram posts, all those channels that get super saturated, we need to find a way from a brand perspective to really push out the audience. We want to make it successful. We're going to see more of that this year. I tell you the stories from Sunday girls. We all know the Sunday girls that are like, I wonder how often Tuesday really needs to back up. I suspect you're the one, but not even the real. But people like Marshall Lynch, who you may not be super familiar with him, but he's a law with the Seattle Seahawks. I'm a big Ray fan, so hopefully he's not going to maybe feel too much for me. But, he got eating skills after getting a touchdown. What we found out was that he's huge skills and needs lots of skills. And so Sim actually did a campaign. was an official endorser. But I think people actually started moving away from that as well. So HP recently did a video where they took Vine influencers and put together that an advertiser based on all the Vine influencers. We've seen a couple of other examples. I know you're all familiar with the fact that President Obama just went out and talked to a bunch of influencers on YouTube. I think we'll see more of that. Citizen influencer, the information that they're able to, that the influencers are able to get, the information that they're able to share, very niche, but also very easy. But let's talk more about I'll talk about historical information, but I know this will be really well. The future is the ability to not only have those books, passport across your social channels, but also moving it into more niche markets. So, for instance, you'll see if you go to a community for the first time, you join that community and can actually connect with passport. And then, even though you've never participated in that community, your believability will potentially be verified. You have a passport that actually says, hey, I'm an expert in such and such, food or often or whatever. Suddenly you're able to provide benefits to others in the organization. And we'll see that in other ways as well, making brand influence, that kind of thing. There's an enormous amount of cloud data, looking for those sources from our data to be able to marry that information and provide better ways to share that information. So, yeah, we're on time. I didn't get a look here. So I think that we'll see an increase in use of influencers. Because the market is so saturated, we'll see increases in private influencers and influencers. So we've seen this before, the bloggers, money bloggers, heard this before, but I think there'll be a better, clearer path to that, meaning that, you won't be wondering, there'll be a much clearer path to that. And we'll also see it much more mature, the videos, the videos. We'll see authentic influencers. We'll see the celebrities will be much more aligned with their brand versus, people who kind of not sure if they believe it or not. Leveraging citizen influencers, the videos I think we saw last year when at part of the Super Bowl, we'll see more of those coming out this year. And lastly, pervasive influence. Not just going to be a specific social channel or just in social media, will go, it will be beyond that through some of the more niche channels. And that's it.
Outstanding. Everybody, Heather Stern. This Brian is very good slow. All this information. Good. We're going to do it all over again. We're going to wrap. Always good. Such great information. Hard to cut off the speakers. I know you guys got a lot out of it. We're going to ask our speakers if they're interested in coming back later in the year at less information more fully or to moderate a panel so you guys can get your questions in. If you have questions for the panelists, grab them before they run out the door. Brian and I actually, we are busy professionals, so we need to jump it around, put these things on for your benefit as well as ours, but it also means that you have to squeeze it into time that we don't usually have. So with that, I want to thank you guys for coming out today. We really appreciate you being here. Have a fantastic week, and if you ever need anything from us, feel free to reach out to us on Twitter. Thank you. Shoot me a bill. Let's get lunch or something.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. So we just have some topics for other things.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I would love that.
Thanks, Jim.